Hey guys, what's up? This is a pretty random video. I really don't have like a foundation for it or anything like that. But I just really wanted to share this and get it out there right now. Just really feel called to do that. So, at this point, I didn't really know how to make an intro to this video because I didn't even really know how I was going to put it all into words. But now that it's all done, basically what I'm going to be talking about in this video is just how I'm going to be talking with you guys about how a breakup, a heartbreak that I went through in middle school changed my perception on love, changed my perception on myself, my confidence in myself, and the confidence in my reality, I guess. It's like I lost faith that things in my life could be so, perfect. And life isn't always perfect. I know that. But it's important that we're not naive, that we're aware of things. We're aware of, the cruel things that people can do, and aware of just truth. It's important that we're aware. So in this case, this is what I was supposed to be learning. Just, having the boundaries, not naive to someone trying to get in the way of disturbing my peace, basically. But this didn't have to destroy my peace forever. It was just something that had to happen along the line. If it happened now, I would handle it a completely different way. That we're talking about like 6th grade me or something. Yeah, 6th grade me. So anyways, I'm just going to be talking to you guys about that, and basically just how opening myself up to love now is really benefiting me and my reality today. So yeah, that's all I'm going to say for the intro. I'll just get into it now. So basically, long story short, before this breakup happened, I was completely, people would say naive, but I would call it just very, optimistic, and just not someone who created a bad reality for myself. I didn't think those things into existence. Bad things didn't happen to me because I didn't create them to be that way. But I was taught the hard way. So basically, I was with this person for a year, and I find out that he's like talking to this other girl, and they might have been like talking for a while or something. And the deal is that I was never given the clarity, like the real truth. I had to kind of just figure it out on my own. Like I was told, I'm breaking up with you for this reason, but it was another reason, there was another person involved, a third party situation. And so I just had to put all the pieces together and learn the hard way, and in the process of doing this, I became very, it changed my way of thinking on love and how guys were, how relationships were, how they worked. So since I was looking at all the bad things that happened that I didn't see, I was like, oh my gosh, you're so dumb for not seeing this, and blah, 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 like blaming myself. But really what I just needed was boundaries. Not be naive, be aware, but not let that create my reality. It's good to be aware, but not to dwell in that perception. So anyways, being in this perception that I always had to be on my guard, like, that I could find out any second that this person just, doesn't want to be with me or whatever. Like, I always had that fear after that whole incident deep down. Like, it was a subconscious fear. So because of the subconscious fear, I attracted that into my reality, into my relationships. So the next relationships that I attracted ended up being guys who were very wishy-washy. Like, they could be fine one minute and then the next minute, like, boom, and I'd have to deal with that. I realized the issue is me. It was me being afraid, me creating a bad reality for myself by just expecting it. Like, it was like I was expecting the worst to happen, so the worst would happen. But once I started to love myself unconditionally again, I realized that if I can love myself unconditionally, then the person I'm talking to is supposed to love me unconditionally as well. And if they don't, then that's simply not meant for me. But I wasn't able to see this because I didn't have that unconditional love for myself in the first place. So when you don't love yourself unconditionally, you allow people to treat you ways you don't deserve to be treated. And you'll blame yourself, you'll question yourself, and all of these repeated cycles that never come to an end unless we become unafraid to let that vulnerable side out of us and to speak our truth to people if they're not treating us right. If someone is, if you love someone unconditionally and you're treating them with the most respect, then they should treat you the same way. And if they're not, we should be able to love ourselves enough to see that, hey, something's not right here. Acknowledge it, not stay in it, dwell in it, and this is what I did for the longest time. It's about opening your heart to receiving love, to receiving unconditional love, opening your heart to the possibility that, when you're talking to someone, talk to them with the intentions that you love yourself and that you're gonna get that same vibe back, that they love your vibe too. Not sharing it with the vibe, with the intention behind it that you're not good enough and that they're gonna be like, what the heck, she's weird, blah blah blah. Like, no. You have to be confident in yourself and love yourself.